Hey, what's up everyone? So today we're going to be testing out a few different neutral density and circular polarizer filters on my Canon EOS R6. We're going to test them out, check it out to see how the image quality is, and we're going to be checking out a few different filters from K&F Concept. K&F did send me these filters free to test and review for you guys, but they are not paying me to make this video, nor am I sponsored by them. They sent me a neutral density ND2 to 32 filter, also sent me a circular polarizer filter, and then the one that I'm really excited about trying out is the combination ND2 to 32 neutral density filter with a circular polarizer built in. So we're going to be checking out all three of these today, seeing what kind of footage you can get with them, what kind of differences they make, and also what system is going to be right for you with any advantages or disadvantages to using any of these. And one other thing that they do have, which is pretty nice, is a 100mm square filter mount. Now this is basically able to adapt to any lens. They have a nice adapter ring set up that I'll show you guys here a little bit later on, and then you could put a this on the front of your camera and you can use the bigger square filters. Now what's nice about these is you can get graduated or gradient filters to just darken out your sky in the background and keep the rest of it bright down below, which is pretty nice. So if you guys are taking pictures of a scene where the sky is above the landscape and you want to try to darken that, you could do it without doing it in post. You could do it directly when you're taking your shot. So that's a pretty nice option as well. Now one thing I do want to note, guys, is I had them send me the 77mm filters. That way it fits my brand new Canon EOS R6 24 to 105 L lens. That's the size it takes. Then if I get the 70 to 200, which I might in the future, it also takes a 77mm. That's why I went with this one. Now you can get an adapter ring for smaller lenses, so sometimes if you're not worried about it being close to the same size as your lens, you can get a bigger filter. It's like an 80-some-millimeter filter you can get, which is bigger than your lens, and then you can get the adapter rings fairly reasonable for around, I think, $15, and adapt to any lens that you want. So I shoot sometimes with my Nifty 50, and I've tried it on my Canon EOS R6 and it works great. It gives you that super blurred background, but sometimes I can't go down into a low aperture because it blows everything out. So that's what I wanted some of these ND filters for. However, I do not have that adapter ring yet to be able to adapt that, but when I do, I will be using it on that lens as well. So just keep that in mind, guys. If you have a lot of multiple different lenses, you may want to get the bigger one and then just buy the adapter rings that you guys need to adapt the big one to the small lens. That way you don't have to keep buying ND filters for each of your lenses, unless you want to keep it on your lenses individually for protection. So let's go ahead and get into some of these and show you guys what they look like. Oh yeah, and right now I'm filming in 4K, but I'm filming with the neutral density filter actually on right now, just a regular neutral density filter, the ND2 to 32, and it's actually set at 2 right now to keep my aperture down to 4.0. Now we'll be putting affiliate links down below in the description for anybody that's interested in any of these if you'd like to check them out on Amazon. So make sure you guys check them out if you're thinking about purchasing one of these. Alright guys, now the first filter we're going to be checking out is the K&F Concept Nano X circular polarizer filter. Now basically what this does is it takes the glare off of glass or water, or basically takes the glare out of your photos. So one thing I did notice about this is it is about an ND2. When you put this on, you do lose a little bit of light with it. I think that's with most circular polarizers. So we're going to go ahead and get that on here and show you guys what that looks like. So now let's go ahead and adjust this exposure a little bit, and you'll see what I mean here. So right now I got the sky exposed pretty good. Now we're going to go ahead and throw this on here, and you can see you'll lose a little bit of light. So let's go ahead and screw this on. Alright, so we got the circular polarizer on. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn it and see what kind of difference that makes. Alright, so I'm turning it, and if you keep an eye on the clouds, you can see that it's making a little bit of a difference on how they look, on how the sky looks. Still turning it, but that really darkened it up right there. It looks pretty good. Here's an example without the filter. Here's an example with the circular polarizer filter from K&F. And here's a side-by-side comparison. You can see the image quality looks pretty good. One thing I do want to note, guys, is that the diameter of just the circular polarizer filter is about the same size as your lens, which allows you to still use your factory lens hood and also allows you to use the factory lens cap that comes with your camera. The one downside that I want to note is that it was very difficult to remove this filter from your lens once installed for some reason. Alright, so now the next filter we're going to be checking out is the K&F neutral density filter ND2 to ND32, and this is, like I said, variable. So we're going to go ahead and throw that on here and see what that looks like. And this is basically f4.0. Right now the sky is blowing out. If you put this on here, it really equalizes the exposure out really well and able to keep that blurred background if you want it. So let me go ahead and adjust this here for the sky. So that's pretty well exposed there. That's at ND2 right there. So we're going to go ahead and put that on there and then take a look at image quality on that. Alright, so I got the ND filter on there now. That's at f4, and so far looking through the screen it looks really good. It looks really good, guys. Now I'm at 1/60th of a shutter, f4.0, ISO 100, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it here. Now, like I said, this is just an ND filter, no circular polarizer, but we're going to go ahead and see what kind of adjustment we have. There's ND2, it's all the way down at the stop. And there's ND32. So you can see no X. I'm going to go ahead and turn the ISO up to adjust for exposure. And right now that's ISO 400, ND32. I'm going to go ahead and turn it back down all the way. That's ND2. And turn the ISO back down to 100. So that's a little bit overexposed according to my meter, but it looks pretty good. Sky looks good, and I'm going to go ahead and take a few pictures with this now and see what kind of quality we get out of that. Now here's an example with no filter, and the white balance is set to sunny. This is with the K&F variable filter, white balance set to sunny, and here's a side-by-side comparison. Looks pretty good in my opinion. Now, one thing about this lens is that it's a little bit bigger than my lens, which doesn't allow you to use your factory lens hood. And I believe this is true with any variable ND filter. They're going to be slightly larger, so I don't think you'll be able to use a lens hood with any of them. Now, I was able to get my cap to clip onto this variable ND filter. However, it did not seem like it fit correctly, so I'm not sure if you could buy a bigger one and it fit, or if you have to go with the style that slips over the whole entire filter. Now, with this filter being a little bigger, it was very easy to remove and install. Never got stuck one time on my lens and went on and off smoothly at all times, unlike the circular polarizer filter. Alright guys, so now last but not least, the one that I'm most excited to try out, it's the K&F Concept Nano X circular polarizer and fader. It's an ND2 to 32 with a circular polarizer in it as well, so you get the best of both worlds with this. They're both in there. We're going to go ahead and put this on there and see how it performs. And now this one's also a Nano X, where you don't get that X in this one as well. So we're going to go ahead and see what this looks like. Let me go ahead and turn this exposure up slightly. So we're going to go ahead and install this one on here. Now you guys want to be careful putting these filters on. You don't want to cross thread them or anything. Alright, so I got that on. That's set to the minimum. And now if you turn the whole thing, this is where you get your circular polarizer that's built in. Oh yeah, it's making a big difference. I could see it in the sky. In my opinion, I think this is making more of a difference than just the circular polarizer by itself. You can see it really made them clouds pop. And now I'm going to turn the fader, the ND filter. That's all the way closed. And then I'm going to go ahead and open it all the way back up. Still turning it. Now here's an example with no filter and the white balance set to auto. This is with the circular polarizer and ND combination filter all in one, and this is a side-by-side comparison. Now this filter, just like the other one, is slightly larger than the lens, so you cannot use your original hood with this filter, and I could not get my cap to fit correctly. You might be able to use an 82mm cap. Now one thing I did notice is when you're turning the adjustment knobs for the ND filter, the circular polarizer does move slightly whenever you're turning it if you're not careful. Now I didn't see this to be that big of an issue as it was barely moving. So if you're careful when adjusting this, I don't think you'll have any issues with it. Alright, now here's an example with that combination filter shooting through glass. You can see the top panes are real hard to see through. I'm going to go ahead and adjust that here, and now you can see that you can see right through the glass with no glare. It makes for a really nice photo or video this way. And now I'm going to go ahead and turn it again so that it puts that glare back on the glass, and you can see how big of a difference. It's a huge difference using this kind of filter. Alright everyone, so I hope you liked this video, and the one that I think I'm going to like the best is the combination ND and CPL filter all in one. I think I just like the way that it changes everything in the video. When you're spinning it, you get that a lot of flexibility for, you know, different things on what you want. And I mean, I got to tell you guys, really like the build quality on this and all the other ones, to be honest. I was really impressed with the build quality and the quality of the glass on these. So glasses are fogging up. It's getting cold out here, guys, and dark, so I gotta hurry up and finish this up. But like I said, they did send me these for free to review for you guys, but I'm really happy with this one here. I think I'm really gonna like using this one. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you did and found this video helpful, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and that bell, and check out some of my other videos, and I will see you guys around on the next one. Thanks for watching.